Hello children, welcome to topic number 4. In this topic, we are going to discuss about factors on which resistance of a conductor depends. So you already know about the resistance, so now we will discuss whether it is a property of the material or it is a physical dimensions of the material which determine the resistance. So objective of this class is we will be deriving the relation between resistance of a wire with its length, cross-sectional area and the material properties. Next we will find out the resistivity of a, we will define what is the resistivity and we will find out the resistivity of a material, and then we will be solving a few numerical problems related to electrical resistance and resistivity. So, as usual, we will start this class with the activity. The basic purpose of this activity is to find out the factors which I told you on which the resistance of a conductor depends. So, we will be drawing a circuit. I will be conducting the experiment with 4 wires, wire number 1, 2, 3 and 4. So, wire number 1, 2 and 3 will be using a nichrome wire, but this will be a 40 centimeter length. The wire number 2 nichrome wire, it will be double the length of the first wire, and wire number 3 will be same as wire number 1, but it will be thicker. The cross-sectional area will be more. So 1, 2 and 3 nichrome wire. This is length L, this is length twice L, and this is L, but thickness will be more. And the last we will study the wire number 4 will be a copper wire. So we will be making a circuit like this. Battery will give only 2 volt and we will be measuring the current. So with the different 4 different conductors, we will be noting down the current flowing through the circuit. So let us go and see the activity. So this is the circuit which we have wired: battery eliminator, and this is the ammeter for measuring the current, and this is the key, and we will start with the first wire. This wire is a nichrome wire and the length is around 40 centimeter, and this is connected to the battery. So this completes the circuit: ammeter, key, and here we will be inserting the different wires. So first we will start with nichrome wire, length 40 centimeter, thickness 0.2 mm. Now we will say, how do you measure the thickness? For measuring the thickness, we have an instrument called micrometer. Actually, this is not part of your syllabus. When you take physics in your 11th standard, that time you will learn more about this. But this, we can measure the thickness of any wire, the diameter of the wire, by just putting this between these two and rotating a knob. Now you can see this. You can read the thickness on this rotating scale. It has got a main scale and it has got a rotating scale, and this is called a micrometer because you can measure the diameter up to 1 micrometer. That means 1.001 millimeter can be read from this. So we will be using 4 wires. The first wire is already connected. Next wire will be double the length. So this will be the next wire. So this wire will be around 80 centimeter. So this is a nichrome wire. As I told you yesterday, the nichrome is an alloy of nickel and chromium. And then we will be using a thicker wire. This wire we use for measuring the resistance, Ohm's law. So you can see this is the thicker wire, and its diameter or thickness is 0.4 mm, but the length is same, 40 centimeter, 40 centimeter. And the last we will be using a different material. You see this is called insulated copper wire. So the length is same as this, but this is a different material, so the length and thickness will remain same. The only thing is the material is different, and we will be measuring the current. We will keep the voltage same and see what current is flowing through these 4 wires. So let us start. So here we go. Voltage selected is 2 volt, and now I push the key in. Now you see the meter voltage is reading is reading 0.15. So I will note down this reading 0.15 ampere. So the first observation is the current is 0.15 ampere. Next, I will start with the other nichrome wire 80 centimeter. The result. Now we will start with wire number 2. So here the length of the wire is 80 centimeter and the thickness is same. So here we go. I insert the key and will just note down the reading. Yeah, you just see the reading. The reading is less than 0.15. It is around 0.7. 0.07. So it is if you see the reading, it is 0.07. Now we'll go for the next wire, that is the nichrome wire. The length 40 centimeter, but the thickness will be more. So we'll take a thicker wire. Now let us connect the wire number 3, that is a nichrome wire, same length 40 centimeter and the thickness is 0.4 mm. In the last observation I wrote 0.07. So you know what is the mistake? I forgot to write the unit. So you should never forget to write the unit, otherwise you will lose marks. So it is 0.07 ampere. Right? Now let us see what a meter is reading for thicker wire. So here we go. This is the key. Voltage remains same. I just insert the key. And you see the reading. Can you read what the meter is reading? It is 0.6 ampere. Look carefully. When you are taking the observation, you have to take from the front. Otherwise, there will be a parallax error. So the next reading is 0.6 watt ampere. Right? Now we'll do the same activity with a different wire, what we call is the copper wire. Okay, now I am going to repeat the same activity with a different material. So this time we are going to use copper wire. But before I do this activity, I just want to warn you that when you are doing any electrical experiment, you have to be very, very careful. So follow the precautions which are given in your laboratory, because sometimes it could be, though the electricity is safe, but if you don't handle it properly, it could be very, very dangerous. So one most important thing is, when you are removing any connection, when you are doing any connection or reconnection, you must ensure that the supply is off. So after doing the connection, if required, you can remove the plug from the socket. Otherwise, your circuit is likely to get damaged. So there are other precautions. You should not touch the live wires. They may be hot or you may get a shock. So take adequate precautions before you start the experiment. So let us do the this activity with copper wire. So here now I have connected the copper wire. The length is same and the thickness is same as the serial number 1. So here we go, and you see what happens. Now I am going to insert the key and see what happens, how much current is flowing through the copper wire. You just see, this is 2.5 ampere. So the current has jumped from 0.15 ampere to 2.5 ampere when we use a copper wire. So here the current is 2.5 ampere. So with that we have completed the activity, and now let us derive the relation between why it is happening and what is the relation between the resistance and the length of a wire, thickness of the wire, and the material, how they are related. So here is the summary of our observation. If you see this, the last column is showing the current flowing through the wire. So when the nichrome wire was used, length was 40 centimeter, the current was 0.15 ampere. When the length was made twice, increased to 2 times, keeping the diameter or thickness same, the current is almost half. If we keep the length, observation number 3, it was a nichrome wire, same length as serial number 1, but it was a thicker. The diameter was almost twice. What happened to the current? Current jumped to almost 4 times. So it is 0.6 ampere. And you see what happened with the copper? With the same length as the serial number 1, the current was almost 2.5 ampere. So what do you conclude from this? Okay, so I'll ask you a question. Does the current depend upon the length of the wire? What is the question? What is the answer? Yes. So what is it? More the length, less is the current. Means more the length, more is the resistance. Because yesterday we studied less the current, more resistance. And when the length was increased 2 times, the resistance also increased 2 times because the current was half. If you see the serial number 2. So this indicates, we conclude that the resistance is directly proportional to L. So we write in mathematics R proportional to L, where L is the length. Question number 2. Does the current depend upon the cross-sectional area of the wire? If you see what happened, the difference between serial number 1 and serial number 3. When the thickness was doubled, that means the diameter was 0.4, what happened to the current? Current jumped to almost 4 times. So, more the cross-sectional area, more is the current. More is the current means less is the resistance. So, how do you write it mathematically? We say R is inversely proportional to cross-sectional area, because the diameter, if you see the diameter is related to the cross-sectional area of a wire, it is pi r square, where r is the radius and d is the diameter. So if you double the diameter, the resistance will be half if the cross-sectional area is doubled. Okay, now the last point, does the current depend upon the type of material? What is the answer? Yes, because in the first this thing we use a nichrome wire, and then we use the copper wire. Though we kept the length and the thickness same, but what happened to the current? Current was almost 2.5 ampere. So that means that indicates the for different material, for the same physical size, for same dimensions, the resistance is different. So let us summarize our results. The factors which affect the resistance of a wire: length of the wire, L, area of cross section of the wire, and the type of material used to make the wire. So if you use the same length and same cross section area of different material, you will get different resistance. So let us put this into the language of mathematics. So we say, already explained, R is proportional to length, where L is the length of the wire, and R is inversely proportional to cross-sectional area, where A is the cross-sectional area of the wire. If you combine this together, we can say resistance is proportional to L divided by cross-sectional area. So this also we can write resistance equal to a constant multiplied by length divided by A. Now note this Greek symbol. This rho is called resistivity of the material. So it is a property of the material. If you take copper, resistivity is different, nichrome resistivity is different, and other materials resistivity will be different. And what is the unit of resistivity? It is very, very important. You should be very, very careful about the resistivity. And the unit is ohm meter. It's not ohm. Ohm is the unit of resistance. So it is ohm meter. That is the unit of resistivity, which is denoted by a symbol rho. And as I told you, resistivity is the property of the material. Now I'll show you a table of electrical resistivity of different materials. If you see the conductors, they have very low resistivity because they are good conductors. You see the copper, 1.62 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. Now we use the nichrome wire, okay, which is an alloy. But okay, there is an error in your NCERT textbook. It is not 100 into 10 to the power minus 6. It is 1.00 into 10 to the power minus 6. So make the correction because actual resistivity is 1.00 into 10 to the power minus 6. So the decimal point is missing in your textbook. And if you see the insulators is very, very high because they don't conduct electricity. So that means less the resistivity, less will be the resistance, provided the dimensions, length and the area is same of different materials. One important thing is you don't have to remember these values. This is not required. But to solve the numerical problem, you can always refer to this table. So let us do some calculation to have our understanding of resistivity. The problem what I am going to give you is the actual experiment. What we did yesterday, we did the Ohm's law. So in the Ohm's law, the experimental wire length was 40 centimeter, which you have seen, and the diameter of the wire, which I have shown you again, is 0.4 mm. And if you see the graph yesterday, we drew the graph of voltage and current, and we found that the resistance is 3 ohm. So the wire length is given, 40 centimeter, diameter is given, and the resistance is given. So the question is, calculate the resistivity of the material of the experimental wire. What we did the actual experiment. So what is given? So we have to solve the problem. So for any solving a problem, what I told you is, first find out what is given and what you have to find out. So the length of the wire is given, which is 40 centimeter. Again, I told you because the unit of resistivity is ohm meter, so this has to be converted into the meter. So 40 centimeter divided by 100 is 0.4 meter. Now the diameter is given. Diameter is given 0.4 mm, millimeter. Again it has to be converted to meter because the unit is ohm meter. So what is the relation between millimeter and the meter? 1 millimeter is 10 to the power minus 3 meter, or 1 divided by 1000. So 0.4 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 3 equal to 4 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter. That is diameter. So with the diameter, now we can calculate the radius. So what is the radius? Half of the diameter. So the radius is 2 into 10 to the power minus 4. Now we have to use the cross-sectional area. Because I told you the resistance depends upon the cross-sectional area. So what is the relation between the cross-sectional area and the radius of a wire? Because wire is cylindrical in shape. So you have to apply the formula pi r square, where r is the radius. So pi r square, it will be 2 square, 4, 10 to the power minus 4 square, 10 to the power minus 8. Again the unit of area is meter square. You can't write meter. So it is meter square. So now you substitute the value in the equation. What we derived, R equal to rho L by A. So R is given, L is given, area you have already calculated. So find out rho, that is the resistivity. So the resistivity will be equal to, just apply this cross multiplication. So we'll get rho equal to R into A by L. So now you do a simple calculation. R 3 ohm, area pi r square divided by length 0.4 meter. So if you do the calculation, 94.2 into 10 to the power minus 8. So it will be roughly 0.95 into 10 to the power minus 6, which is given in your textbook. The actual value is 1.0. So there is hardly difference between 1 and 0.94 with whatever experimental error. So the answer is resistivity equal to 94.2 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter, ohm dash meter. So you have to remember the unit of resistivity. So with that we have finished. So I'll give you, these are the two questions which you have to solve. This is example 12.4. Again, this is based on the Ohm's law. So you have to find out the current. Okay. So this is simply question of Ohm's law. Applying the Ohm's law, you should be able to solve. And the next is again the you have to predict the material. So you have to calculate the resistivity, and looking at the table which I have shown you or which is given in your NCERT textbook, you have to find out what is the material. So these two questions you have to solve, and with that I have finished, and your next topic will be combination of resistor, series and parallel. Thank you for watching. See you next.